YouTube. I'm Matt and I react to comedians or comedy sketches that I've never seen before. My lolometer down here in the corner is going to count every time that I laugh out loud during this video. This time around I'm watching somebody called Katherine Ryan. She was recommended to me by a friend of mine. No idea what she's like, so let's see if she's any good.
Welcome to Noel at the Apollo. Whatever the holiday season means to you, that's Christmas. If it means going down to the pub, that's Christmas. If you're alone, that's Christmas. As long as it's good and as it's kind. If it's Hanukkah, that's Christmas. That's what it's about. Live your life. There will still be people who are like, meh, I'm not allowed to call it a Christmas tree. Yeah, that's because it's a tower of whiskey bottles, Kevin. You know what? Call it a Christmas tree if that's what you want to do. If your biggest problem in life is what you name a seasonal household plant, then you are the definition of privilege. Enjoy it, Kevin. Christmas for me means struggling with Jane. Does anyone know Jane from the North London school run? I can't stand Jane. Jane used to have a professional career, and that's fine. And now she stays home to look after 7 tiny children, and that's also fine. Even though I didn't realize that you could have 7 little baby ones, like in a row. I didn't do that. Her ass is like a peach, cervix like a hula hoop at this point. Not the snack, no sir, not the little cool, like a giant, athletic-sized. This woman's having a baby every 4 months. Shane said to me, Katherine, you must be so sad that you don't have a husband at Christmas. This coming from the woman whose ham-colored husband, Brian, is a man I've never seen out of a bicycle helmet. He's just a spandex man, you know? He runs marathons. Those are the worst kind of people, by the way. What is it about a middle-aged man that he's got to know he can be 26 miles away from home on foot at any given moment? Relax, Brian. Just trying to raise awareness for cancer. We've heard of it. Everyone's heard of it. Raise funds, yeah, that's good, but I don't care more about your charity because you're running a marathon. Like, I will donate to Plan UK because they do tremendous work, not because someone from the office threatened to jog until he lost a toenail. I don't care. Jane's in charge of fundraising at the school. Of course she is. Katherine, will you help with the Christmas cookie sale? No, I will not, Jane, because last year you sold my gingerbread biscuits for 10p. Are we selling these cookies for Bangladeshi kids or are we selling them to Bangladeshi kids, Jane? No, where are you getting your price point, you prick? How are you ever effective in the corporate world? What is your scale of economies? Do you need money? I'll write you a check for £100. You can fuck off and make 1,000 gingerbread men. She says, Katherine, you should have another baby. Get out of my life. You need to have another baby, Katherine. You're running out of time. We're all running out of time, Jane. That's how time works. If anything, I got a lot more time than you because I don't have to help find 14 tiny shoes every morning. And I don't have to sleep with your husband. I shag him because I want to. Good job. Partner, he left us last Christmas because I didn't need him. I was like, well, it's a good thing you don't do anything. I'd be dead. You don't need me, Katherine. I need to go where I'm needed. Okay, Batman, jog on. He said to an immigrant single mother, you didn't make me a priority. You just work all the time and look after your child. You didn't make me a priority. I was like, mate, I paid for everything. It literally says priority on your bags every time I buy you a plane ticket. And I always check back into economy to see how you're doing on the flight. You don't fight for me, Catherine. You are not the last fidget spinner on Christmas Eve. I'm a single mom, and there's still baggage attached to that. I believe that if I were a man, I wouldn't be single. I'd be eligible, wouldn't I? I just bought a house in central London. They would make me the bachelor. They'd freak out. It is, by the way, the most expensive property ever owned by anyone in my family. It's also the smallest. They're very confused. They come from Canada, and they're like, Catherine, this is what you bought with all your money? But this house is so small. Don't you know what size house you could afford in your hometown? I'm like, don't you know, like, I wouldn't be sure which room to kill myself in, so I can't do that. When you visit at Christmas, get a hotel. If I was a man, I'd be eligible. They'd go, how does he do it? How does a young man of only 34 years old raise a gorgeous young daughter without financial help from anywhere? How does he do that? And there'd be memes of me just hoovering with no shirt on, like, how does he do it? There'd be YouTube videos of me going viral, just plaiting her hair before school. How does he do it? They're like, well, I take 3 equal sections of hair. Then, heroically, I fold one into the other 2 and so on. And I'd say things like, if you think my hands are full, you should see my heart. And women everywhere would be like, is anyone sucking his dick right now? Where is this man? And then I'd remove the mask and be like, haha, I'm a lady. And they'd be like, ugh, another single mom, gross. Gross. Pathetic. I'm alone this Christmas. My daughter's with her dad. Aw, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Because you're slaving away in a kitchen filled with guests, and I'm drinking sangria in my underpants for 4 days. Yes. These have become my favorite Christmases. Jane comes out of the woodwork always. Oh, Catherine, aren't you so sad that you're alone at Christmas? No, Jane, I would be sad if I was alone at Christmas. I'd be sad if I was alone with you, too. When I'm alone, I'm just hanging out with Katherine Ryan. It's amazing. You can come to our house for Christmas. You could eat with our family. Jane, that's a lovely gesture, very charitable. I do appreciate it. But I would rather the tweets of Piers Morgan be shouted into my face till I died of rage. Respectfully, no, Jane. You don't have to live your life like me. You could do it any way you want. That is my message. But be warned, because Melania Trump, that is an innocent gold digger caught up in a dangerous game. Right? She used to have an incredible life. She didn't know he was gonna be the president. In a perfect world, she should be divorced, banging one of J-Lo's backing dancers through season 2 of her reality show, Melania Unchained. But no. Her dreams of a better life in a communist country did not involve brunch with Philip May. She used to be BFFs with all the best designers, and now Marc Jacobs is like, bitch, make your own dress. Nobody likes her. She went too young. That's the problem. She went too young. Go old if you're gonna go old. If he is still eating solid food, he is too young. Trust me. You want him 1 line of coke and a vigorous hand job away from you having Christmas alone on a yacht.
Katherine Ryan. Yeah, She was okay. Wasn't the funniest I've ever seen, to be honest, but I don't know if that was perhaps one of her earlier stand-up routines. It'd be interesting to see what kind of stuff she's doing now, but it was enjoyable. There's a few laughs in there, but just not the best I've ever seen. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, drop a comment below, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and I'll see you next time.